What is up, guys? It's Justin here. Today we're going to talk about how to build a scalable outbound marketing machine. This is one of the most important things you can do for your business, especially if you're trying to get from 6 to 7 figures or 7 to 8. You want to have a sales process in place that can scale. Thinking about the example of a vending machine versus a lemonade stand, right? A lemonade stand is great because it tells a story and builds a connection, but a vending machine is great because it has infinite scalability and automation, right? So in this example, we're going to be thinking more like a vending machine. We want to be thinking about scale and reach and volume, all right? So when planning a marketing campaign, sometimes I like to set aside a week for planning and then 3 weeks for execution or 2 months for execution. Other times I don't even do any planning. I just dive right in, right? So I'm thinking about my ICP, or who do I want to target? Generally, I already know that. I already have a very good idea who I want to target. Then the messaging, that's something you want to spend extra time on. I used to not value this as much as I should have, and now I'm realizing this more and more. Messaging is so important. Value prop. So what is it that you have to provide for your ICP? What is the value that you're bringing? Here you want to focus on not so much the features, but you want to focus on the benefits and making a connection with them to show immediate value. You want to also be thinking about your touch points during this planning phase. You want to be thinking about how you're going to reach them. As an email, voicemail drops, which we'll touch on later. This is not your traditional voicemail. This is a automated voicemail. It's really cool. Mailers, maybe remarketing, cold ads, cold calling. All right. So what are your touch points going to be? And then lastly, creative. Creative is very important. What I'm finding lately is that high production value, high production creative is very effective, but it's expensive and takes time. Shout out Alan and Voyage Visuals, some of the best in the industry. But what I recommend if you're just getting started or you want to test a campaign, just do some scrappy creative. Just like I am right now. Okay, I'm not putting a lot of production into this. I'm just trying to share value. All right, so ICP, how do you acquire contact information for your ideal customer profile? So let's say you want to target 1,000 people or 10,000 people. You can use these different resources to find out their contact information, their phone number, email. If you're doing a B2B outreach, maybe you want to send a mailer to their office, all right? And then we'll touch more on resources you can use on the following slides. And we're going to touch more on building this automated nurture sequence in my favorite CRM that I'm going to give you guys access to. All right, so let's touch on resources for building outbound list. I'm not going to spend too much time here. These are some I've used in the past, along with Fiverr. And then a peer of mine recently recommended D7 Lead Finder and BuzzFile. Although I'm not familiar with them, I guess they're worth checking out. Before we dive into the software, let's talk about the law of 7 touches. So the progression of the sale, right? So I pulled this resource from Google. Most people give up way too early. So you need to find a way to get these 7 touches in. And the more you can do it in an automated fashion, the better, right? You're using the vending machine approach. You're using scale, leverage, automation. That's not to say that you shouldn't do any manual touches. I think those are the most effective, where you're personally dialing and reaching out and building that connection, right? But these 7 touches, you can automate many of them. Email for the first one, remarketing to warm up the audience, right? Maybe a mailer, maybe another email here, voicemail drop, cold call. By the time you call them, they're already warmed up. Versus if you're to do cold call, cold call, cold call, first time they might be like, who are you? Why are you calling? What do you want from me? Just hang up on you, right? So by warming up the audience, you're then able to make your efforts when you do cold call that much more effective. Instead of saying, who is this and what do you want? They're saying, oh, I do recall that email I got from you. Or, yeah, I got your mail, or tell me more about this product you're offering. Or, yeah, I did get your voicemail, if you send them a voicemail drop. All right? Now let's touch on the best outbound software. This is the good stuff here. All right, so again, like I said, if you guys want 30-day free access, just reach out. Would love to hook you up. So the way this works is it's a very robust CRM. I'm going to start by showing you how, based on what I've shared today, how I would sequentially do each of those steps. So you're building out your campaign, right? You've got your ICP. Now you use one of those lead resources I provided to get those contacts. Next, you're going to come to contacts here, and you're going to import them, import contacts. All right, you're going to upload the CSV. Once that populates, you're going to have all of these contacts in your CRM to reach out to. From there, you're going to create your campaign, your automated nurture sequence. What I love about this software is there's so many different diverse ways to nurture your contacts. So you have SMS, Facebook Messenger, email, call, voicemail drop. This is a really cool feature I'll show you here soon. Manual SMS. So depending on if they've opted in or not, you have to use manual versus automated in different cases under different jurisdictions. So you may want to talk to your lawyer. And then, so what I typically do is start with an email. We'll use one of my favorite email tactics. Keep it lowercase, another one of my favorite tactics. You can use a template here. You can import a template. You can also track if they clicked certain triggered links. You can do, of course, like the mail merge. Since you uploaded the CSV, hey, first name, just following up. I'm not going to spend too much time here. I just want to show you the features and the benefits more so than actually building out a proper campaign right now. So once you email them, maybe you want to do a voicemail drop. So you simply, in this case, what you do is in your voice memos on your iPhone, or if you use an Android, I'm not sure what the app is called, but you simply just record, make a recording. So the challenge you face here is if you're sending this to a bunch of people, you can't say their name, but if you have a target market in mind, so say you're reaching out to dentists, you could say on the voicemail, like, hey, it's Justin, I just wanted to follow up. I know you're a local dentist here, right? So you get the point. You want to find the balance of, you can't make it too personalized because it's an automated voicemail that's going to many people. But you also don't want to make it so general that they don't think it's for them. So the way the voicemail drop works is they'll see a missed call from you, and then a voicemail will appear in their voicemail box. So maybe you email them. Maybe in that voicemail you say, hey, I just emailed you, I just want to follow up, right? So this is sent immediately, and this is sent 5 minutes later, right? So you want to be methodical and strategic about the way you use this. Then maybe you're doing another email, hey again, right? You want to be patient here, guys, okay? You want to be patient. You don't want to make these all too quick. You want to be methodical about the cadence. And then maybe at this point you also have remarketing ads going. You've sent them a mailer. So you've got 3 touches right here. Maybe it's time to call them, okay? So there's some really cool call features. I won't go over that in this video, but basically when it's time to call that person, it's going to call you first. It's going to dial you. It'll whisper like, oh, this is for Richie, and then it will connect you. There's also power dialer features in here. Won't cover that in this video, but this software is so robust, guys. Highly recommend it. And if you already have a website, if you already have a storefront, this is a great top of funnel tactic, right? So you're going to use this as a feeder to your website or to book an appointment. with you if you're doing B2B sales. So then once you start doing this outreach, you'll see the follow-ups and conversations here. And from this, you can text them, you can email them, text them right here. And then I don't have an email for this. Put my contact information in there. I don't have an email, so you won't see the email option, just text. Or you can call them by clicking that. And then you'll have a pipeline you build. So cold lead, responded, and you can set up different triggers. So if contact responds, put them in responded bucket. And then there's also a calendar integration here. So you could set up a trigger that says, if they book an appointment, put them in booked opportunity column, right? So different stages of the pipeline, you can move them around. Really cool. You can add value. So this person's worth 10,000 or million, right? You can keep track of the value of your pipeline. There are so many features. I can't cover them all today, but if you guys want free access, let me know and I'll help you get set up, get you squared away.